everybody, and welcome back to Aamsuntitledpodcast. I'm Am. Hi, if you've never met me before, it's really nice to meet you. Welcome to my Percy Jackson dedicated podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about D23 because D23 had the first teaser for season 2, and oh my god, like I was on holiday and I could not contain my excitement. We got so much content this weekend, like I'm talking photos of the cast and just seeing them all back together, and of course, Daniel Dimer being involved with everybody and really starting to feel like part of the family. So, I thought today I could discuss with you guys sort of um, what I saw in the trailer, the few Easter eggs and stuff that I noticed. Basically, I'm going to have a real nerd out. So, if you didn't know, I've taken a short break from the podcast, which is probably the worst decision I've ever made in my life, because I somehow feel like I have lost my, excuse my language, my shit in the last few 6 days. I have completely lost my mind. My holiday that I went on was an absolute disaster, and although there were some good moments, like all the other stuff that actually happened beforehand had made it so difficult for me. So I'm so happy to be back to the podcast and to talk about D23. Long story short, I left the podcast maybe Monday, which was the 5th of August, I believe. Was it the 5th? I can't even remember, guys. You're just gonna have to like stay with me a second. Yeah, it was the 5th. So I basically signed off with an episode and was like, yeah, bye, see you later. I'll come back. So basically, the first day I went for my flight, my I was on a connecting flight, right? So I took a flight from here to Frankfurt, and then from Frankfurt to Milan, of course, which is where I went. And I made it to Frankfurt all in one piece. Everything was going great, and then they cancelled our flight due to bad weather, which meant that there was no other flight that we could get on until the next morning. So thankfully, I'm not going to say the airline's name, but they managed to sort us out in a hotel room for the night. However, that meant that we had to stay in Germany and lose the first day in Milan. Now, what worried me was the fact that the suitcases were already checked in. So the only thing I had on me was anything that was in my backpack. Like, I didn't have any clothes on me. Um, it was all a big mess basically, and eventually we made it to Milan, and it was just, we had some family stuff going on while we were there, and it just made things really difficult for me. And I thought that if I took this podcast with me, I could have at least had a little bit of time away to put into this and basically just have something that's going to keep me sane, in other words. And even yesterday when I came back, like our first flight was delayed again. We nearly missed our connecting flight. We managed to make it here, but we were an hour late. And then my suitcase went missing, and it's been one of those things where it was like, it kind of put me off traveling. Like, I've had so much stress this holiday, and do you know what? It feels so nice to go back to normality and to just carry on with my regular life. Like, I don't think holidaying really suits me. Like, I think I'm one of those people with a very type A personality. Like, I like to be doing stuff. Like, my brain just cannot relax. And I know that that's not mentally, physically good for you. And I get that. And I also feel really ill. Like, I was so stressed out on this holiday that every morning I was waking up and I was throwing up. Like, that's how much my anxiety was playing up. But the news that cheered me up was that D23 was this week. And like I said, I was being really naughty and I was posting on Threads, I was posting on Instagram. Like, I was just so, so excited. I watched the teaser at 5 o'clock in the morning when I woke up there. And yeah, it was definitely worth it. So I took Sea of Monsters with me. I read that book on my holiday. It's probably one of the highlights of my holiday. God, there were some good moments, guys, but honestly, it was just a headache and a half. And I'm so happy to be back to the podcast and to just get on with it. So let's talk about the D23 teaser because I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm really excited. So let's do it. So the teaser opens up with Walker saying, "My name is Percy Jackson," and can we just talk about how grown up the guy sounds now? Like, I already feel old. Like, I haven't, like, the last time I watched the series was to review it for this podcast. And I just cannot believe how much his voice has changed. And like, I see so many comments and people are like, wow, puberty hit him like a brick. And genuinely did, because he just looks so grown up and it makes me so happy. And he's got that like sassy nature, and it's just it was like he was born to play this role, guys. Like there's nothing that can convince me that there is anybody that could do this better than Walker, because he's just fabulous. And like I literally had to pause the trailer. I got goosebumps, guys. Like this is no joke. Like this is 5 o'clock in the morning with my AirPods in, just listening in, and I literally, like, the hairs on my arms were standing on end. Like I had literal goosebumps when he was talking. I was like, man, this guy is putting his heart and soul into this, and you can see that. And it was just, oh, so good. And it also made me feel incredibly old. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not that much older than them, but I still feel like proud parent when I watch it. I'm just like, wow, they are so good. Anyway, let's move on. So another thing that I noticed in the trailer was he says something along the lines of, I'm a demigod. Monsters come at me, and so do the gods. Now, what I love is in this teaser, obviously, production only started maybe a week before they had to organize something for the teaser. And I love that they show bits and pieces from season one, and it kind of shows you the monsters that he's already faced, like Cerberus, the Minotaur, um, who else was there? I'm trying to think. The Chimera, and then of course his big fight with Ares. And it was just like, it was one of these moments where it felt like, as a fan, like Percy had finally accepted who he is. Like this is who he's supposed to be. He's a demigod. Like yes, he's born as a half human, but this demigod side of his world is what puts him in danger. And I feel like he's finally accepted who he is, and that it's time to embrace who I am. And that's such a huge part of growing up, and I might be overanalyzing it a little bit, but as I was watching it, it made me so happy, because I was like, wow, they're really showing kids that it's okay um to have moments where you run from who you are, and then where you chase who you are. And I love that. I love that so much about his character, and that's such an ongoing theme in the books as well. And I'm so happy that Rick has managed to slide that into there. It's very, very clever. um the next thing that I wanted to talk about is I saw the teasers of the horses, and I immediately thought chariot races. I was like, this is the bit in book two. Like, honestly, the chariot race is a huge part of book two. And as I was reading it on holiday, like, I was trying to think, like, obviously, I knew that season two was coming. I was like, I wonder how they're going to bring those chariot moments to life, because they're so iconic in the books, and they're so well written and so detailed. And I'm just excited to see how they bring it to life, with real life horses, chariots, the kids in like the battle armor. Like I think it's just gonna be so cool. And yeah, I think season two is gonna, like, season one was like top tier, but season two I feel like is gonna knock it out of the park. Based on what I've just seen in this teaser, like I have no doubt in my mind that they're gonna do an amazing job, basically. Yeah, that chariot race really made me happy. Like I saw it in the teaser, and I was like, yes! I was like, come at me! Like, yeah, I'm at it. Like, guys, I cannot express to you how much season two means to me. And like, I think The Sea of Monsters, I know it's not everybody's favorite book, but I think it's a decent book. Like, obviously, like I've ranked the books before, and obviously season two, Sea of Monsters wasn't really at the top. But now that I've read it back, there's so many good moments in it. It's so funny, and I'm excited to see more of Clarice, more of Luke. Um, and of course, I'm really excited to see Grover, Aryan in a wedding dress. Like, I really want to see what dress they come out with, and I think that he's gonna slay in whatever he wears. So yeah, that's another part of season two. Like, I'm really excited for, and like one day when we get the actual physical trailer, I hope there's a little glimpse of Grover in a wedding dress. Like, I really want to see it. The other thing that I noticed in the teaser was they showed the wheel of a ship. Now that ship, I wasn't sure whether if it was going to be the Queen Anne's Revenge, which is the boat that Percy and Annabeth find, or if it's the CSS Birmingham, which is the ship that Clarice is given by her dad. So I'm interested to see which one it is, but I saw the little tease of the ship and I was like, yes! I was like, we are getting somewhere, guys. Like, we're finally gonna get what we're looking for. And I know that I'm not the only person that can physically be excited about this. I'm sure there's lots of other people that are, what's the word, fangirling about this, I guess. But yeah, I saw that little tease and I was like, yes! I was like, keep it coming. Like, I want to see more. Oh God, guys, I don't know if I can wait till next year. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I've seen it and now I just want to watch it. Like, I just want them to give me season two. But yeah, I'll be happy with whatever they put out there. Honestly, I don't think that they can disappoint me. Based on how great season one was, I don't know if they can disappoint me at all. And yeah, I just thought that that was really cool that they put that little tease of the ship in there. There was a little moment that you see in the teaser, which is Percy in his full like battle armor. Guys, he just looks so grown up. Like, I can't believe it. From that little kid that we saw in season 1 to like what he is now. Like, that's just unbelievable. And you know, that look, that smolder that he gives when he's pulling the reins of the chariot. And it's just like, that's like the kind of Percy vibe that I got in book 5. Like, that older, more mature, like running towards danger for the people that you love vibe and being accepting of who you are. And I just, Walker's eye acting, like I talk about this all the time, but his eyes just convey so much. And I think your eyes is one of the most powerful attributes that anyone, particularly actors, can have, because people can, well, they do say, as cringy and cliche as this sounds, is that the eyes are the window to the soul. And I think that he really, I think he is Percy. Like, I just find it so hard to believe. Like, they're so alike. Like, it makes me think that he secretly is Percy. And I swear, Rick just shook that book so hard, and everybody in the cast fell out. It was just amazing. And, you know, I can't wait to see him and Tyson together. You know, the big brother, little brother vibe. I know that Daniel Diamond is going to be amazing. And oh, I forgot to mention, we got the Grey Sisters as well cast. That was great. That was a great D23. That wasn't the announcement I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna reveal who they've cast for Thalia, but I was really happy that they showed us who they are. And all three of them are brilliant actresses, so I know that they're going to do a great job. And I can't wait to see that scene where Percy, Tyson, and Annabeth are all in the cab with them, and they're all fighting over the eye. I think it's going to be so funny. I don't know if they'll change it much from the book, because in the book it's absolutely hilarious. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure whatever Rick does with the writers will be great. I have absolute faith in him that he's going to give me faithful adaptation of that book. Um, just one other thing that I wanted to mention was that we got the motion poster as well. And you know, it's saying that season 2 is officially in production. And do you know what? I can't believe it, because it's been so long since season 1. Like, it feels like it's been a lifetime, so it's like it doesn't quite feel real. Like, I keep looking at it because I posted it on my threads and on my Instagram, and I'm just like, is that actually happening? Or like, I don't know. And you know, the whole cast is so excited, like so talented, and you know, I just know that they're absolutely gonna crush it. And I think that's what makes me so excited. And it's killing me that I'm gonna have to hold on till 2025, but I know that 2025 is gonna be a great year for Percy Jackson fans. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to end this segment by saying best of luck to the entire Percy series team, the creative team, the writers, the producers, the directors, the incredible cast, you know, everybody who works so hard on this. Thank you guys so much for putting so much love into this. And of course, Rick, for creating this beautiful world and for just overseeing it, basically being the godfather of this beautiful universe that he's created. And I'm so excited to go out to sea. So all aboard the Princess Andromeda and to the Sea of Monsters, guys. It is finally happening, and I am so excited. Any new announcements that we get, I will post on Threads, on my Instagram. I will update you guys here as well. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's been listening to the podcast while I've not been around. I've been checking the stats, and you guys are just so amazing. Like, I never thought I'd get those kind of views. So thank you guys so much. To everybody that's subscribed as well, I really appreciate it. Anybody that follows me on Instagram, who follows me on Threads, I'm really, really grateful. Um, yeah, season 2 is happening, guys. And yeah, you know what? One thing I've learned about this is that this podcast, like as cliche and as sappy as this is gonna sound, I really miss doing this for the last week. Like, honestly, like I'm so used to recording, editing, uploading. Like, it felt weird to not have that routine, and I don't think I ever want to take a break again. Unless I'm really sick and I physically can't do it, I am going to carry on. And I hope that you guys enjoy everything that I put out there. Yeah, I don't really know what to say now. I feel like I had so much to say, and I've had one of those moments where my mind's just gone blank. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to follow me on Threads, on Instagram. They're both at Aamsuntitledpodcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can listen to my episodes on Spotify as well. Feel free to follow me on both of those. And I will be speaking to you guys very soon. Mwah!